We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of baseball on MLB Network. Tonight, Game 2 of this 3-game series between the Oakland A's and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Los Angeles find themselves on a 5-game skid. They'll try to get back on track next. Felix Pena is on the mound for Game 2. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, one of the keys to this guy is throwing strikes. He's not a big strikeout pitcher, only averages less than 7 strikeouts per 9 innings pitched. So he's more of a pitch to contact guy, and you'll know if he's on early. He needs to get quick outs early in counts.
Into the box now, Sheldon Neuse, and we are set for baseball here this evening. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. So, fellas, this Angels team entering play here tonight. They come into this one in need of some kind of spark to turn them around as they find themselves in the midst of a 5-game slide.
6:07.
And back-to-back pitches out of the zone to begin the evening. It's 2-0 now.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches, and when he's getting the ball in the zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
It's 2-1 to the A's leadoff batter. Now the 2-1 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Upton's under it, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
The second baseman.
And here's a shot of the Athletics starting lineup for this one. Dero, how do they lock up a series victory here on the road?
Hey, this lineup's got to do it a little bit differently. It's not the modern version of 3 true outcomes: walk, strikeouts, home runs. This is a team that beats you down, manufacturing runs, getting guys on base, keeping the defense on its toes and waiting for them to make the mistake.
And now a pitch on the way. Kemp, 28 years old. He was a 5th-round pick back in the draft of 2013.
Hey, nothing has been handed to this guy. Drafted in the middle rounds, and he has found his way in the big leagues. This has turned out to be a really nice pick.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2. So let's take a look at our umpiring crew in this one. Behind the plate is Joe McDonald.
You know, you got to take your time and feel Joe McDonald out behind the dish a little bit. He has a tendency to move his zone around, usually settling in those middle innings.
You know, all you ask for an umpire is to be consistent. At times, Joe Mack is a little bit too inconsistent, particularly from a pitcher standpoint.
Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes, here's the pitch. And now a slider in there for a called 3rd strike, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting third.
Next up for the A's, Marcus Semien. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. The pitch. Oh, and here's a fastball right down the middle of the plate that swung on and hit out to deep left field, and this one's not coming back. This is a long home run. It's a solo shot for Marcus Semien. Home run number 9 on the year, and the A's are on the board first, 1-0.
There are certain guys in every lineup that you do not want to beat you. And this guy right now is swinging the bat so well, I'm not giving him a chance to do anything. He's too hot right now.
That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson, as he lays off a fastball too low for ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. The pitch. And that catches the high outside corner. 1-2 now.
Take a step back right here. After 3 fastballs in a row, there is no chance he throws you a 4th.
That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
That's a good take on a fastball out of the zone. Hey, I get it. He's looking for a ball to drive, but that ball was a little bit too far up in the zone.
Line to shortstop. He's there to make the play, and that ends the inning. Frankie Montes will be on the bump for Game 2 of the series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, every team needs a pitcher like this one here. His numbers aren't going to blow you away. Career ERA just under 4. But one thing he does, he takes the ball every 5 days, throws strikes, and gives his team a chance to win every single time he goes out there. He'll be fun to watch in this one here today.
Now to the plate, Andrelton Simmons. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Here's the pitch. And Dan, DeRosa, this Oakland ball club entering play here tonight. They've been in a nice little groove, winning 3 of their last 4 games.
Yeah, Matty, I've been really impressed with this team, especially on the recent road trip to start to it. They're 3-1 after 4 games, playing really fundamentally sound baseball. From offense to defense, pitching, it's all coming together for this group.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So we'll see if they have something in the works here with the leadoff hitter aboard and a guy that can really handle the bat in the number 2 spot. Well, when you're going as well as he is, not even a 2-strike count is going to get in your way.
Yeah, Matty, he's having a monster season, well over 300. Right there, when you're feeling that confident at the plate, it doesn't matter what the count is. You're willing to go deep and still feel confident.
Ready now for L.A., David Fletcher. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. First offering on its way. A ball and no strikes. And a fastball here that's taken for ball 2.
Well, I'll tell you, he doesn't look very comfortable on this mound right now. This mound isn't the same one that he pitches at home. I know they all look the same, but they're not all the same.
2-0 count, the pitch. 3-0 now.
This inning hasn't started ideally for him on the mound, but here on 3-0, you have to have the mentality that you're only a strike and or a ground ball double play away from getting back on track.
From the belt, kicks and deals. And that misses for ball 4. And it's first and second now with nobody out.
3 of those pitches were definitely out of the zone, but that last pitch looked pretty darn good to me. You're not usually going to get many favorable calls on 3-0, though. You have to earn that spot.
So striding in, Anthony Rendon, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. First delivery to him on the way. Here's a slider that's inside, 1-0.
Hey, this dude's clearly capable of clearing the bases with one swing. So I think the approach to this guy is trying to keep the ball off the plate. See if they can get him to chase something.
Count now a ball and a strike. Simmons at second, Fletcher at first with no outs. A swing, and he pops him up on the infield, and the infield fly rule will be in effect here. Well, here's a look now at the Angels starting lineup. Who stands out to you, Danny?
Yeah, you have to look out for the guy they call Simba, Andrelton Simmons. His batting average is on the rise right now, and if you look at his last 10 games, you know why. He's hitting over 350 in that span, so he's found his groove. He's hitting just about everything right now.
First pitch on its way to Upton. Now a fastball a bit too low here. It's ball 1. Upton brings a ton of pop to the plate with him, particularly against right-handed pitching. Some guys don't drive the ball as well when facing a pitcher who throws from the same side that they swing the bat, but that's certainly not the case here.
Yeah, this guy just absolutely hammers right-handed pitching. You know, some guys like the ball in, coming towards them, and that's exactly what the righty-on-righty matchup presents itself. A two-seamer in, a four-seamer that leaks out over the plate, a hanging breaking ball. This guy seems to absolutely hammer those.
3-0 to him now. Runners are at first and second with one away. Hit on the ground is short. Simeon's there to second for one. Relay to Olsen. They turn the double play, and that retires the side. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. We'll go on to the top of inning number 2. The A's lead it 1-0. Striding in for Oakland, Ramon Laureano. And you can see great numbers over the past few games.
Number 22.
First delivery to him on the way. In there for strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Well above the letters with the fastball that time. Check swing, no swing, says the home plate umpire. Ball 2. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Ball even at 2-2. And now a pitch on the way. Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. As a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. He'll come in here at 259. 1 home run and 16 RBIs. A ball and a strike to count to Matt Chapman. 1 out, nobody on. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball.
This right-handed pitcher, his bread and butter is that two-seamer, and he loves to throw it inside.
Now the 2-1 pitch. Liner in there for a base hit.
Dan, how frustrating is that right there? You execute your spot, keep the ball down below the zone, and the hitter's still able to execute and drive it up the middle.
You know, that's one of the things, Mark, as a pitcher, you're taught to work down in the zone. You're not always going to have the ball hit to one of your fielders, but if you consistently keep the ball down in the zone, good things will happen.
So that'll bring up Stephen Piscotty as he'll look at a fastball too high for ball 1. Piscotty playing here in his age 29 season. This is his 6th season for him in the big leagues. Now the 1-0. Runners on the move for second, and he fouls this one off. Hard ground ball to third, and he whiffs on it as this ball's right under his glove.
Hey guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on it.
At the plate now, Austin Allen. As he'll take a look at a pitch too low. It's ball 1. Here's a guy who could use a 3 for 4. He's got that batting average still down in the 190s. 3 homers and 6 RBIs. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And I believe, yes, the umpire signaling for the infield fly rule.
Batting 9, the left fielder, Chad Pinder.
So it's first and second with two men gone. And up next, the ever versatile Chad Pinder. Looking to wiggle out of this. Here it is. Sends that one out of play for strike one. Two down, runners at first and second. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Waiting on it is Goodwin. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. A's strand a couple, and after an inning and a half, it's 1-0. And now the designated hitter for the Angels, Tommy La Stella. In his career against this pitcher, he's a .333 hitter. Here's the first pitch to him. Hit hard towards the hole. And a reach to his backhand, but he can't come up with it, and the leadoff man's aboard.
Man, this guy's really starting to swing the stick again, D-Roll. That extends his hitting streak to 9 games.
Yeah, he's leaking into 3 series right here now. 9 games, that's getting firm. He's seeing the ball well, and he's making the proper adjustments at the plate.
And a half-hearted swing there as he tried to go the other way, and it's strike one. A runner at first with no outs here. And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2. And smart to lay off there as the fastball misses. It's 1-2 now.
Hey, that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close, but on hit right now, I'm still sitting on that heater.
Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2.
Well, he kind of got caught chasing the first 2 pitches out of the strike zone. But I think he's caught on to their game a little bit right now. 2 tough pitches that he took with 2 strikes, and now the count is 2-2.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Pinder settles under it, and there's one gone.
Batting seventh, the catcher,
Jason Castro, the catcher, is in, hitting a little over 250 coming into action in this one. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Fastball runs a bit inside here. It's 1-0. One and one to Jason Castro.
Threw that fastball right by him. He had no chance to get the barrel of that one.
He's set. Here comes the 1-1.
Nope. That's inside.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Fouled off. Fouled away. Still 3 balls and 2 strikes. The 8th pitch of the at-bat. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner. And that's going to wind up hooking just a bit foul, so a missed opportunity there. And a half-hearted attempt that time, but they'll say he broke the plane, and that's out number 2.
A lot of indecision there on that check swing, and that's something you see quite a lot on 3 and 2. When the difference between striking out and drawing a walk can be an inch or two, it's pretty understandable why guys aren't always aggressive with their swings.
He's set, and the pitch. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Pinder will reach out with one hand to make the catch on the move, and that ends the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. We've played 2 full. Oakland is on top in this one, 1-0. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Sheldon Noisy. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. The pitch. First pitch of the inning is taken downstairs for a ball. It's 1-0. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. He takes the turn and heads for second. And a high bounce will take it over the outfield wall, and he kicks off the inning with a ground rule double.
Well, that will bring a smile to a manager's face every single time. First hitter of the inning just squares it up and bounces it over the fence. Even if it stays in the yard, that's a double either way.
Stepping in now, the speedy Tony Kemp, as he'll take a look at ball 1. It's 1-1 to Tony Kemp. No one out with a runner at second. Softly to the right side, should get the runner to third. And the off-balance throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
The batter, number 10, shortstop.
So a definite RBI spot here. Runner at third, 1 away. And up next, a Berkeley area native, Marcus Simeon.
We all know this guy's a real good fastball hitter. We saw how far he could hit one. He got a fastball that he liked, and he turned that thing around, and it got out of here in a hurry.
No balls and 1 strike. Hit out towards second. He's got it. Throw from shallow right will get him at first, but the run will come in to score.
Good manufactured run right there. Lead off double, move him over with the ground ball, and just put the ball in play and let him come home. Make scoring runs look easier than it actually is.
At the plate, Matt Olson. He'll try and start things over now with the bases empty and 2 away following the RBI ground ball. And now a pitch on the way.
Ball. Hey. I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Hits this one hard the other way. Oh, look at Rendon. Got him.
He's out.
They call it the hot corner for a reason, and this is a beauty to take us to break. More of MLB Network's Saturday Baseball after this. And now for the Angels, Michael Hermosillo. He's coming off a 3-hit performance in the loss last night.
Hey, we're still in the early stages of this one. They're only down by a couple of runs, but it's really key for this leadoff guy to try to get on and get a big inning started.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The 1-0 home. Finds the zone, strike 1.
1-1.
And this pitch misses. It's 2-1 now to the Angel right fielder.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch. But if he wants to get him to swing at it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
Now the 2-1. 3-1.
One thing that can nag at you as a pitcher is having to work really hard to get a guy that you think you should be able to cruise right through. He's not known for his offensive prowess, but he's putting together a real nice at bat here.
Count full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the 3-2 pitch is a wave and a miss. He struck him out.
Hey, I'm not sure what he was sitting on right there. He might have been sitting on an off-speed pitch, but instead he gets the fastball way late. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
In now is Andrelton Simmons, as he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center, and that's in there. Base hit. So a 1-out base hit has him aboard here in the 3rd, and that seems as good a time as any to check out our league leaderboard in hits. And as you can see there, he currently leads the AL in that department. In now, David Fletcher, as he takes a fastball off the plate for a ball 1-0. The average at 284 to begin play. 2 home runs, and he's driven in 24. Count even now at 1-1. They'll run this one in on him, and he can't connect, so he finds himself down 1-2 now.
Oh, I love that pitch right there. Up and in, jam, sandwich.
The 1-2 gets him looking at the knees for the strikeout.
Now batting.
So a runner at first here with 2 gone in the inning, and that'll bring up Anthony Rendon. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Ball 1. A ball and a strike.
Looked like he was going to wait him out, see if he was going to come over the heart of the plate. Well, newsflash, he is, and this hitter's going to adjust his batting gloves, and he better be ready in the box.
And I believe they'll say he broke the plane, as yes he did. It's ruled a strike. A runner on first with 2 away. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
There's not too many umpires in the game that are going to ring that for a strike right there. That was borderline up, even though it was in the zone.
Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. Angels strand 1. They trail things here 2-0. And that'll bring in Ramon Laureano. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
One of the keys to securing a win, they want to keep the pressure on and try to build that lead as much as they can moving into the later innings.
He slaps that one away, and the count will be 0-1.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
I'm absolutely shocked he took that pitch right there, right in the wheelhouse, low 90s heater. that's one you gotta let go on.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count. The 1-2. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. Nearly a big fly to start the inning. Instead, a foul ball. And they come inside with the fastball, but it misses here, and it's back to 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get on through into center field, so he's got himself a leadoff single.
You know, D-Row, I'm not sure if you're one of those superstitious guys, but a 13-game hitting streak seems like a pretty good number for this guy.
Yeah, that's the old baker's dozen right there. We're almost looking at 2 weeks of just sleeping like a baby. I can't be. You're going to hear me reiterate this throughout this streak. I can't tell you, when you're swinging the bat like this, your food tastes better, your wife gets prettier, everything is just working.
1 ball, no strikes to count. Now the 1-0. 1-1 to count. From the belt, the pitch. This is line to left, and that'll get down for a base hit.
Hey guys, he's not known for being a singles hitter right here, but that's his second knock of the game.
And I'm sure he'll take him, but the guys on the other side of the scorecard might be thinking we really avoided a worse fate. Outfielder Stephen Piscotty the next to hit, as the changeup to him drops in there for the first strike. A base hit in his first trip. Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. Two runs, 6 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. Lifted in the air out towards left center. On the move is Upton. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning.
Now batting, the catcher, Austin Allen.
Coming to the plate now, Austin Allen. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
Slowly hit to first. I don't think they can get 2. And indeed, he'll not even try as he goes to first, and that means 2 men are in scoring position now with 2 away.
Well executed two-seamer on the outside corner that time, and that's what you'll get a lot of with that pitch. He rolled right over it.
2 away now in the Oakland 4th. And up next, the ever-versatile Chad Pinder. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Outside target here, and he hits it for strike 1.
Even though it's early on in this one, anytime you get runners in scoring position, you'd like to knock them in.
Ready with the 0-1.
Boy, this is one of those ABs you like to hit the rewind button on. Put himself in a tough spot now, hitting with 2 strikes.
In the air, down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now.
High fastball right there with a 2-strike count. You know what that might be doing? Setting up the next pitch. Could be that hard slider down and away. Something breaking down and away off the plate.
Struck him out, so they work out of the jam as he strands 2 men in scoring position. A's strand a couple. They're up 2-0. So now the Angels cleanup batter, Justin Upton, comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame.
Things not looking very good so far in this one, but we're still in the middle innings. They're down by a couple of runs, and this would be the right place and the right time to get something going. The last thing they want to do is to try to come from behind and win this one in the 8th or 9th inning.
Strike one to start the at-bat. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. High and deep down the left field line. And this is going to get down. It's a foul ball. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. He got him.
That was a good job tying him up inside on that strikeout pitch. It wasn't even in the strike zone, but with the hitter protecting with 2 strikes, that's the kind of pitch you can get him to offer at, and he's probably not going to do much with it when he does make contact.
Here's Tommy La Stella now, as he will look at a first pitch fastball for ball 1. 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. Can't get around quick enough, and that'll move the count to 1-1. And it's 1-2.
Man, this has been a game filled of a lot of swings and misses. Not very many confident swings, and this team up there, they'd swing at a butterfly right now if it flew in front of the plate. Lots of swings, lots of misses, a lot of ugly at-bats for this team right now.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
Man, this guy's a grinder. Fouls off good pitches and doesn't seem to swing at the ones just off the corner. This guy's a pitcher's nightmare.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. And this pitch is swung on and missed, and the AL's leading hitter is set down on strikes, 2 away.
He's really on a roll right now on the mound. Back-to-back strikeouts to wrap up the last inning, and now he started this frame with the same story. 4 straight strikeouts in all.
First delivery to him on the way. Brian Goodwin is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
Hey, a 2-out walk right here would be the tying run to the plate. Even though it's early on, you got a guy on deck that has a lot of pop.
Smoked on the ground up the middle, and the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Dan, after that base hit right there, he's got a 6-game hitting streak going.
You know what? And this could lead him on to some bigger and better things right here. He's been swinging the bat pretty well, and he's been rewarded for it, as you talked about. 6-game hitting streak so far.
Into the box now, Jason Castro. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The 1-0.
You can see this guy's more focused at the plate right now. In that first AB, he went down on strikes.
Two 2-0 pitch on the way. To 2-2 now.
Beautifully thrown splitter right there. High 80s down in the zone. Looks like a fastball coming, and then boom, the bottom falls out of it. Terrific pitch.
Now a throw over and a dive, but he's back in. Ready on 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here it comes, and it's fouled away. No runs, 4 hits, and no errors to this point for the Angels. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. And he will get there to make the running play, and that will end the inning. Angels leave one. They trail it here 2-0. Now the A's designated hitter, Sheldon Noise. He doubled earlier in the game, 1 for 2 to this point.
Noisy.
First pitch of the at-bat. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch heater.
Behind 0-2 now. This one's down to third. Rendon has it. And the 5th inning will start with a ground out, 1 away.
Up next for Oakland, the second baseman, Tony Kemp.
At the plate, Tony Kemp. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch.
No, inside.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. And the pitch.
Probably better that he let that pitch go anyway. After seeing a lively fastball on the pitch before, it's pretty hard to sit back enough on a well-thrown changeup.
The 1-2. Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul.
That was a nasty pitcher's pitch right there. Most guys strike out on that one. He was able to scramble at a little bit and give him another chance. And hopefully this pitcher misses over the heart of the plate.
And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
Into the box, Marcus Semien. He'll swing and lift a ball foul off to the left and out of play. A hit in 2 tries for him so far. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he fouls this one off. The 1-2. Misses, ball 2. A swing and a miss as he chased with 2 strikes, and that will retire the side. 1-2-3 go the A's as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Welcome back to Anaheim as we check in with Heidi Watney.
Matt, I had a chance to discuss the state of the Angels offense with their manager between innings. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. No, they have not scored yet, but they have been successful in running up the pitch count, something they feel will eventually pay dividends on the scoreboard as the starter gets tired and they are forced to go to the bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Here's Albert now. He leads off in the bottom of the 5th as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
Here it comes. Swung on, but it's pulled foul wide of third. Pujols has long been referred to as the machine. He's in the midst of his 20th major league campaign. Pretty remarkable. Almost 2 full decades playing at the highest level.
Yeah, how do you hang in there 19 years without just being an unbelievable talent, but also having the ability to look in the mirror and be willing to adapt and persevere and change on this field? It's so hard to be good at this game, and this guy for 19 years has gone to the post. Just to throw out some names, you're dealing in the company of guys like Ted Williams, the splendid splinter. Mariano Rivera went to the post 19 years. My old teammate Chipper Jones.
Count even at 2-2. Now here's the pitch. Lofted in the air out toward right center. Piscotty's on the move. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out. So still nothing against him on the scoreboard here in the 5th as we check out the league leaderboard for team ERA. And we see that these guys are currently in 3rd place in the AL in that department. Stepping up now, Michael Hermosillo. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Now here's the pitch. Fastball taken, but that gets the zone for a strike.
Hey, it's not always about filling up the strike zone all the time every inning. He's pitching well as we're moving into the middle innings, but interestingly, less than 50% of his first pitches have been for strikes.
Fastball misses inside. It's even at 1. One out, nobody on. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. Running hard, he's digging for second. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. And he's in there at third with a 1-out triple.
And that's the chance you take when you lay out for a ball like that. You make the play and you're a hero on the highlight shows. You miss it and you're picking yourself up and chasing after it.
So now to the plate will be Andrelton Simmons as he'll watch a slider that runs out of the strike zone away for ball 1. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. The 1-0 is offered at and missed for the first strike. 1 out and a runner on third. Fouled off. The 1-2. Little chopper back to the mound. And that's the second out.
The batter, number 22, second baseman.
Digging in now, David Fletcher. He was punched out looking at strike 3 last time through.
Yeah, Matty, and hopefully he got it out of his system. Especially now, he's got to bear down. He gets the 2 strikes in this spot. Has to put the ball in play.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Men on third with 2 down. Swing and a miss, and he's in trouble now, 0-2.
Trying to do way too much up there for what I can tell. He knows that's a big run standing there at third, but that swing was way out of control. You still have to stay within yourself and look for your pitch.
This is line to left. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. And the runner from third scores as they try and work their way back into this one. It's now a 2-1 ball game. And he is in at third base with an RBI triple.
This is an easy decision for him to try for third because he has the play right in front of him, so he doesn't have to rely on any of his base coaches. Good decision to keep chugging, and he makes it all the way around safely.
Here comes Bob Melvin now out of the Oakland dugout. And it looks as though that's going to be all for his starter here tonight. So he'll depart here, and you know he would have loved one more out to qualify for the win, but he's gone nonetheless after 4 2/3. Mike Fiers, a 6'2" right-hander, jogs in to take over on the mound.
Number 50, Mike Fiers.
And digging in next will be Anthony Rendon. And he'll watch one miss up and away for a ball, 1-0. Here it is.
Like to see him be looking to the opposite field with this next swing. Pitcher's trying to work you away.
Both teams with 6 hits so far. Fouled away. The set and the 2-1. 2-2. The set and the 2-2.
Now on 3-2 as a pitcher, you've got to go with the pitch that you feel most comfortable throwing with.
Trying to hold the lead. Here's the delivery. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Man, that's just painful for a pitcher right there. A 3-2 offering that was right on the corner, but he couldn't get him to chase, and he doesn't get the call. Can't beat yourself up about that one too much.
Here's Justin Upton now, as he's got a chance to tie this ball game up with that equalizing run just 90 feet away at third. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. It's a high fly ball headed for the left field corner. If it stays fair, it's gone. And nearly a 3-run shot. Instead, it's a foul ball. And he lays off for ball 1.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
No contact there, and it's 1-2. And it's fouled away. The set and the 1-2. Now a fastball as he just reared up and let that one fly, and the inning is over. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. More from MLB Network Saturday Baseball after this. Jaime Barria takes over to start the 6th inning on the mound. So here's the Oakland cleanup batter, Matt Olson. He'll be the one to start things out for Oakland in their half of the 6th inning. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1. A ball and a strike.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Two and 1 to the A's first baseman. And a slider's in for a strike. It's 2 and 2.
I got the count. 2 and 2.
Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch.
Thank you.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out.
Boy, there's nothing better from a pitcher standpoint than watching that high fastball, a high piece of cheese, swung at and missed. That pitch looks so inviting to hit, but it's awfully tough to put in play.
At the plate, Ramon Laureano. This is in the air to left field. Upton on the move. He gets there, and that's the 2nd out.
Up next for Oakland, the 3rd baseman, Matt Chapman.
And that'll bring in Matt Chapman. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far. Here's the first pitch to him. Line to the right side. And that'll get down for a 2-out single.
Hey, just a nice piece of hitting right there. He's able to keep his hands inside that ball, stay square as long as possible, and feed it into the opposite field for a base hit.
To the plate now, Stephen Piscotty, as he'll get caught chasing a bad one there at strike 1. A hit and 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. One and 2 now. Working for the punch out and the offering. Grounder down the line at 3rd. A dive, but it's off his glove. And the throw is not going to be in time as he's able to reach base safely.
Hey, guys, he doubled up right there. Back-to-back sliders. Nice job by the batter right there. Just misses the first one, makes the adjustment, stays a little shorter, and drives the next pitch for a base hit.
So now to the plate, Austin Allen, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Here's the 1-0. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball. Low-scoring game thus far, 2-1 here in the 6th. To 1 and 2 now. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Upton's under it, and that's the 3rd out. A's strand a couple as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Striding forward now is the DH, Tommy La Stella. He'll have the opportunity to kick things off as we begin the home sixth. Here comes the first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Drilled right back up the middle, and a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning. So make it 2 hits for him now on the night as this one finds its way into center. And we check out the Angels leaders in that category to find that he currently ranks 3rd on the ball club. Next batter to the plate, Brian Goodwin, and he fouls this one off. He's ready. Here's the 0-1. And low, it's a ball and a strike. 1-2 now as that's in there at the knees.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher right there, stealing a strike with that get-me-over breaking ball, and now he can get a little nastier with it in the dirt.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Fouled off. Nobody out, runner on first. And a good curveball gets him swinging for out number 1.
That was some nice execution on that pitch. Spotted it nicely down around the bottom of the zone. And when you do that, especially with 2 strikes, not a lot of guys are going to hurt you. You're going to get a lot of ground balls and swings and misses down there.
In now, Jason Castro. As with 1 away, he can't make contact on the first pitch. It's strike 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Runners on first with 1 down. One and 2 now as that one's fouled off. From the belt, the pitch. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner, and it's a foul ball. The 1-2 pitch. And this one's in the dirt, but it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however. One there. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn 2, and it gets him out of the inning. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. 7th inning coming up. It's the A's 2 and the Angels 1. Standing in, Chet Pinder. He'll lead it off here as we begin inning number 7. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And that misses low and away, ball 1. Some stirring now in that Angel bullpen, as it'll be both a lefty and a righty that start to get loose. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. And the pitch. And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Fouled away. Won't commit on the slider. Good patience, and it's full 3-2.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Hermosillo moves to his right and puts this one away in the alley for out number 1.
Now batting, designated hitter, Sheldon Noisy.
So the Oakland lineup turns over, and to the plate, Sheldon Noisy. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. First pitch on its way. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Goodwin. And he brings it in for the second out of the inning.
The batter number 5, second baseman, Tony Kemp.
So 2 are gone now in the Oakland half of the 7th. And striding toward the plate to hit next, Tony Kemp. First offering on its way.
Ball, that's too high.
We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. And indeed it will. He throws him out at first, and the side is retired. So they go quietly here in this half inning. We'll move on now to the bottom half of the 7th. Get up and stretch. The A's lead this one 2-1.
Your attention, please. Now,
new pitcher coming on now, the right-hander Yusmeiro Petit.
Yusmeiro Petit.
Now at the plate, Albert Pujols. He flew out in his last at-bat.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. And he lays off here, but it's a cold strike 1.
He'll be fine coming out of the bullpen in this one if he can keep the ball around the knees like that.
Down the left field line and deep, and that will end up a foul ball. And a great pitch there as Pujols swings and misses, and it's always a sigh of relief when you can set him down.
Nice job there taking care of the leadoff hitter via the strikeout. I tell you, in a one-run game, especially this late, getting that first guy in the inning is so important. It changes the whole complexion of the inning, so that was a big out.
Standing in now, Michael Hermosillo. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Set to deliver the 0-1. Now a bunt attempt here. Bases are empty, 1 man out. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Laureano calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the second out.
The batter, number 2, shortstop, Andrelton Simmons.
Ready for another chance? Andrelton Simmons. He's 2 for 3 and looking for more here. He's set. Here it comes. Curveball, and that misses in the dirt for ball 1. Two out, nobody on. Line drive to left. Pinder's got it for route number 3. Angels are gone in order. They're down 2-1. New inning set to get underway. Riding in once again, Marcus Semien. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Ready with the 0-1 pitch.
Ball 1.
And it's fouled away. The 1-2. Skied into straightaway right. Hermosillo is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
Up next for Oakland, the first baseman, Matt Olson.
And that'll bring up Matt Olson. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. A ball and no strikes.
That's ball.
2-0.
2-0 to a guy with this kind of pop, you better be awfully careful because he's going to be swinging out of his shoes.
Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Outside, 3-0 now. Swinging away, and now the count will be 3-1. And he fouls this one off. Too close for comfort, and he did a good job just to make contact. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted.
Now batting, number 22.
Standing in, Ramon Laureano. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch on its way.
Ball, that's off the plate.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that one misses upstairs. 2-0. Here's the pitch. Hit weakly on the ground to short. Low throw, but a nice play at the bag by Pujols. Saves an error and ends the inning. A's are gone in order. They lead it 2-1. Joaquin Soria is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the
Number
eighth.
48, Joaquin Soria.
Digging in to try it again. David Fletcher, tripled homer run last time through, so we'll see what he's got in store here. First offering on its way. And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike one. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. And this is on the inside edge, perhaps off the inside edge, but it's a called strike. 2-2 now. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2. Anthony Rendon will be next. There's a swing, and he sends a ball high in the air into left field. Looking up is the left fielder. That one is out of here. This game is tied. A solo shot here to left as we are all knotted up at 2.
Team trailing, and he ties it up with a bomb. Interested to see how this one finishes out.
In now is Anthony Rendon. Fouled off. No hits to this point. The 0-1 on its way. I just couldn't pull that one back in time. It's 0-2 now. The pitch. And he missed with it. It's 1-2. Curveball got him swinging for the first out.
We know he's probably still thinking about that game-tying home run he just gave up, but I'm going to give him credit for not showing that it's bothering him. When you come back and strike out the next guy, it shows you've still got your head in the right place.
Justin Upton the next to hit, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
0-2 count. You could do just about anything you want right now. Up, down, in, out, hard, soft. Good time to be a pitcher.
And he struck out again. That's the third time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
That was a big strike out there, guys. The best pitchers have the ability to strike guys out when they really need to. And that second out was really important at this point of the game. Could be something we look back on later when the game's over.
Stepping in now, Tommy La Stella. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. 1-1 to Tommy La Stella. Well below the knees, laid off on the changeup there. And the third baseman will have a look at it, but this is back into the seats.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
The set and the 2-2.
You got a full count. 3-2.
To first. He's right there. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. But the Angels are able to tie things up thanks to this solo home run. Ninth inning coming up, and we're deadlocked now at 2 apiece. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Matt Chapman. He's working on a 3-hit ball game right now. First delivery to him on the way. Here we go with inning number 9 as the first pitch misses for ball 1. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. And that's inside. Looked like the slider, and it's 2-0.
I don't mind him trying to pitch him backwards right there with those 2 early count sliders, but now he finds himself in a situation where he's going to have to come fastball.
2 balls and a strike to count. Now the 2-1. He's in there for strike number 2. And a swing and a miss on the fastball, and there's the first out here in the 9th.
Well, we'll see a lot of these power arms coming out of the bullpen in these days, but it doesn't make it any less impressive to me. I love watching guys come in and blow smoke right by guys.
At the plate, Stephen Piscotty. As the first pitch here's a bit high, it's ball 1. He's looking for hit number 3 here in this at-bat. And that's inside and a bit low anyways. It's 2-0.
He doesn't look like the same reliever right now, but listen, this is his 4th inning of work, and there aren't very many relievers that can go 4+ innings and be rock solid all the way through.
1 out, nobody on. Swung on and missed, and it's even at 2-2. 3 balls and 2 strikes for Stephen Piscotty. Austin Allen is on deck. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And a throw to Pujols is in time for the 2nd out.
Now batting, catcher, Austin Allen.
Settling in now, Austin Allen. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch of the at-bat. One count. The pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike. The count.
To 2-2 now.
2 strikes.
Even at 2-2. The pitch. And he strikes him out on a good pitch, so one run can win it as we head to the bottom of the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the A's. Score remains 2-2. Ready for another shot now, Brian Goodwin. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
Center fielder, Brian Goodwin.
First offering on its way. No balls and a strike to count. The 0-1 pitch. Down the left field line and deep. And this will wind up a foul ball. Ball 1 taken just off the inside. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there. The 1-2 is offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3.
Anytime a pitcher locates a fastball on the inside corner, it's going to be a tough pitch to hit. That one was spot on, and he had no answer for it.
To the plate now, Jason Castro. As he'll take a look at ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. One 0 count. Here it is. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Grounded weakly down the line toward third. But this will get foul. 2-1. Here it comes. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Here's the pitch. Big bat of Albert Pujols is due up next. 1 out, nobody on. He takes strike 3 called on the fastball. Couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away. Pretty clear he didn't like the call there on the outside part of the plate, but probably too good to take, and he's down on strikes for the second time.
Yeah, that pitch was right on the black. Beautiful pitch. And even if we had robot umps, he'd still be out. But the only difference would be he wouldn't be able to complain about it.
At the plate now, Albert Pujols, as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Comes set, the 0-1.
You could bet he wants that one back at the plate right now. That's a pitch you normally see a guy drive if he has the right approach going.
2 out, nobody on. A ball and 2 strikes to Albert Pujols.
Man, that's a good take there on that 0-2 fastball just missed. He must have a really good eye at the plate.
Here's the 1-2. And the inning goes away in unceremonious fashion on a swing and a miss at a ball way outside the strike zone. 3 up, 3 down, 3 strikeouts. Not too shabby. More baseball on MLB Network right after this. We are into extra innings, and that brings up Chad Pinder. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1. Now the pitch. Grounded to third. Rendon is there. Throw to first gets him. One out here to lead off the 10th.
Now back, designated hitter, Sheldon Noisy.
Now back to the top of the lineup. Stepping in, Sheldon Noisy. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Good slider there, and he gets ahead of him 0-1. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control. 0-2.
I know it's cliche and it's tired at times, but a well-located fastball down at the knees is still the best pitch in the game.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2.
Listen, I'm not trying to make up an excuse, but this is this guy's 5th inning of work in this game out of the bullpen. Are you kidding me? Nobody goes 5 innings anymore.
A swinging bunt out in front of the plate. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Now batting, the second baseman, Tony Kemp.
So coming to the plate, Tony Kemp looking to change his fortunes here. 0 for 4 with 2 strikeouts so far in the game. First delivery to him on the way.
Inside, ball 1.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. This ball will be chopped foul. From the windup, the 1-1. Fouled away.
That's
2-2 now with 2 away and the base is empty.
I don't blame the pitcher one bit for trying to get the chase right there. He's been fouling everything off. He's still got the entire arsenal open to him, so we'll see what pitch he comes with next.
Popped foul, and it looks like that's going to make it into the VIP seats. 2 out, nobody on. And another foul ball. Two and 2. Here it is. Trying to nibble here, and he misses to run it full now. 3-2.
Well, all of the umpires in the seats thought that was strike 3, and they weren't far off, but I think that was a good call. Looked to be just a bit outside.
Here's the payoff pitch. And he strikes him out here for out number 3, so after a scoreless top half, they'll have a chance to win it here in the bottom half. A's are gone in order, and this game is still tied at 2-2. Lou Trevino comes on to start the home 10th, and he's just hoping to get this one into the 11th inning.
Number 62, Lou Trevino.
Now at the plate, Michael Hermosillo. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Here's the first pitch to him. Try to bunt for a base hit here as he gets this one down. And the off-balance throw beats him at first, and that's a tough play.
Well, he was planning that before he even got in the box, and he got it down, but it wasn't quite good enough to put him on board.
Now in the box, Andrelton Simmons. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line-out.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
1-0 the count. Bases are empty, one man out. This one's a strike. It's 1-1. Looks like a right-hander's gotten up to throw now in the Oakland pen. And here's a curveball that just about got away as it misses inside for a ball. Set and the 2-1 pitch. That one doesn't even sniff the zone, missing very high. The 3-1 on the ground to the left side. Simeon's got it. Throw on to first, 2 gone.
Good pitch right there to run the two-seamer in on his hands and bunch him up. And an easy ground ball is the result.
Coming to the plate now, David Fletcher. He's got a homer and a triple to this point in the game. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a liner. But pulled in at the hot corner, and that ends the inning. Angels go down 1-2-3. Score remains deadlocked at 2-2. Digging in once again, Marcus Semien. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1-for-4 day. First pitch of the at-bat.
Well, this has been a lot of pitches for him out of the bullpen, as you can see there. They're asking a lot of him in this one, so I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a day off or two after this one.
Line drive to left. Gone to lead off the inning. A solo shot here to left. As they've taken the lead, it's now 3-2.
Well, somebody's anxious to end this thing and get the heck out of here. We'll see if that leadoff homer stands up. Either way, that's definitely a way to start the extra frame.
Ryan Buchter, the 6'4" southpaw, comes in out of the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 46, Ryan Buchter.
Into the box now, Matt Olson, as the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1. Buchter has seen his role change with those one-batter lefty specialists going the way of the dodo as a part of MLB's pace of play initiatives. Off the outside that time as the breaking ball can't catch the zone.
Hey, that's a nice take by the batter right there, but that's a non-competitive off-speed pitch. Got to do better to at least entice a swing.
Maybe too much break on the slider. 2-1.
Hey, after those 2 breaking balls missed, you have to be sitting on a fastball right here.
No outs, nobody on. Looks like he swung it underwater that time for strike 2.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your A swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Fastball didn't miss by much, and it's a full count now. 3-2. And he misses ball 4. So he comes out of the bullpen and immediately walks the first man he faces.
Yeah, that strategy is great when it works, but when it doesn't, it's ugly. And he was here to face one guy, and he couldn't get it done.
So a runner at first now with nobody out. And up next will be Ramon Laureano. From the stretch. In tight here with the first pitch fastball that's 1-0. Inside with the breaking ball. 2-0.
Well, both of those balls have been inside, so if I'm hitting, I'm looking for something I can get my arms extended on. Probably won't come back inside for a third time.
He's set, and the 2-0 pitch. A swing and a miss, strike 1. Popped him up. Pujols moving to his left. He's got it 1 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, Matt Chapman.
So a runner at first now with 1 away. And up next, the power-hitting third baseman, Matt Chapman. From the belt, the pitch. Here comes the 0-1. Strike 2 as the fastball is let go. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed as they set him down for the second time here tonight.
I think he kind of trained the hitter's eyes in that at bat. What I mean is you'll find the first 3 pitches are all down around the knee. So as a hitter, he's probably looking down there again, and that's the perfect time to raise his sights and make a good pitch up.
Standing in now, Stephen Piscotty, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. It's been a 2-for-4 effort for him so far in the ballgame. Swings through it for strike number 2. 2 out with the man at first. And here's a pitch inside, and that got him.
Yeah, there's no question that this one got away from him. He was cruising, had him down 0-2 with 2 outs, and he's going to be pretty unhappy with that. You never want to give an offense new life in an inning.
Stepping into the box, Austin Allen. His day at the plate hasn't amounted to much, 0-for-4, but this is a great opportunity to make amends.
Well, when your team really needs you, like they need it right here, you have to be able to put your personal struggles out of your mind. Right now is all that matters.
Looking to keep this a 1-run game, the pitch. Slider laid off for a ball.
Ooh, he's really in trouble, and it's just getting worse and worse and worse. This guy needs to find the strike zone in the worst way.
Sneaks a fastball by him at the letters. It's 1-1. Down low, 2 balls and a strike. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Whoa, that was an ugly swing. If I'm pitching right now, I'm throwing that same pitch again. That was ugly.
The 2-2 pitch, and he strikes him out here for out number 3, but the damage has been done as now they'll need some extra inning heroics to pull this one out. So only 1 hit in the inning on the solo shot, but it's enough to push him out in front. One last shot here as we go to the bottom of the 11th now. The A's lead this one 3-2. Liam Hendricks gets the call from the pen, and they've saved him for the 11th as he'll try and take this one home.
Liam Hendricks.
Set now for the bottom of the 11th. Into the box, Anthony Rendon. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point.
Not an easy thing to do to score off the game's elite closers, but down by 1 at home, you've got a chance with that last at-bat.
Ball 1. Hendricks enters the day in 3rd place among closers in All-Star fan voting, so it remains to be seen if he gets his invite to this year's festivities.
Yeah, and you don't want to leave it up to a manager's decision. You want to get in based on the fan vote, and he has a chance to do exactly that if he can make a late push as we head towards the Midsummer Classic.
And I believe your tying run's going to be in scoring position right away as this is down for extra bases. And he will coast into second with a leadoff double.
That's the perfect answer after you've given up the lead in the previous inning. Put the tying run on second and get the momentum going back in your favor. Now we'll see if they can cash in.
Into the box, Justin Upton, as he'll cut on and miss at a good slider at the knees for strike 1. They'll go to work on getting that tying run home from second. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. Seared down the first baseline. And this gets right under his glove. A costly mistake there. And that's going to plate the tying run from second as we've got ourselves a brand new ball game now.
Yeah, I'm not sure. This ball might have caught him in between hops. He looked unsure which way to turn his glove, and the next thing you know, it's by him.
Stepping in, Tommy La Stella. The winning run is at first base. Here's the first pitch.
Ball 1.
Possible winning run aboard here. Nobody out.
That's a
Ball 2.
He's going to have a talk with the umpire after this half inning. Because if he's not going to get those calls, he's got to come a little bit more over the heart of the plate. And that usually means damage done.
That's
Ball 3 as he misses low with it here.
Ball 3, and things are starting to get real interesting. It's time to start making some good pitches.
And that misses ball 4. So now the potential winning run moves into scoring position where a single could end this thing.
Boy, oh boy, that's a tough one for the pitcher. He's definitely wondering, where the heck was that pitch? I think he called it high, but our strike zone says otherwise.
Jose Rojas will be summoned now to be the pinch runner.
Number 90.
So digging in with a chance to win it here, Brian Goodwin, as he'll look to get the ball into the outfield and bring home what would be the winning run from second base. Here's the first pitch. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
He struggled a bit coming out of the bullpen here, so he needed that strike. Maybe it settles him down a little bit.
And Boy, they're really giving him fits inside now as he can't get extended there, and it's 0-2 now. Got him. And he goes down on strikes for the third time.
Big curveball for the strikeout there, and that came after an absolute missile of a fastball. Even if you recognize the breaking ball out of the pitcher's hand, it's so hard for hitters to sit back long enough after they've seen a really good fastball. Only the best can keep their hands back on those.
At the plate, Jason Castro. Oh, here's a ground ball up the middle and into center field for a base hit. And the Angels are going to walk off a winner.
Hey, this game looked like it was going to be one of those wild ones right from the beginning. But when you could win this thing in walk-off fashion, what a way to win a ball game. A walk-off win?
Not a lot of runs put on the board in this one, but here's a guy that found a way to make a difference. He's the top player of the game.
Yeah, he came through with a multi-hit game, and more importantly, they were big hits. He was a key contributor to the outcome of this one.
Walked out of Louis looking like a virgin discount. If it ain't 100, it's a miscount. 7 days a week, I 6 ounces. If a chick with me, she like big houses. If a chick with me, she like foreign cars. If a chick with me, she like go yard. If a chick with me, she like protein. Make a sick rich, the clothes off.
I'm cool, yo. I'm starting to think no one told y'all. My diamonds and stones water. ITD like Coach Carter. Ain't talking about no soda. Girl with me want some products. I pull her on turning hands. I close the curtain once she turn her nose.
And it's a 4-3 finish in this evening's ball game. Ryan Buchter claims the win out of the pen, his first. So that's a wrap for us in this one. Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, Matt Vasgersian, we all thank you for watching Major League Baseball on MLB Network. See you next time.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Angels, 4 runs on 10 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. For the Athletics, 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. They left 8 runners on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 38 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at the Big A, 45,477. The Angels once again thank you for attending tonight's game and remind you to please drive home safely. Thank you and good night.